All right, what's going on my new current and future rideshare drivers out there? Welcome back to the channel. I'm rideshare driver Dustin. In today's video, we're going to try to talk about some tips and tricks that all drivers can use while they're out there on the road. New, current, future, everybody. Now, I'm going to start with the simple ones, whichever one is, new. Well, best ones is, okay, you get approved for Uber and Lyft. First thing you want to make sure you try to do, if all possible, you want to try to make sure you have some kind of rideshare endorsement on there, okay? Because let me tell you what, you're not always covered while you're on the app. So please look into that. A lot of different insurance companies have that, whether it be, Geico, Progressive, Esurance. I mean, there's different insurance companies out there, but just look for a rideshare endorsement, okay? You're going to need to make sure you have phone charger, phone mount, dash cam, puke bags, buckets. You want to make sure you have all that for yourself, especially if you plan on doing the night shift, okay? Please make sure you have that. You're going to need it. You can thank me later. You want to go ahead and you want to try to start out driving, please go ahead. Try to turn the app on from home. That is always the best bet. If you're not out there driving around wasting fuel, all the better. Now, a lot of people also might not know, okay, you want to make sure you go to places like, the malls, the bars, train stations, bus stations, everything like that at all where there's going to be high traffic areas. If you live in a college town, hey, that's even better. You're going to have a lot of college kids. Going up to the colleges themselves can always be great. I'm try to log in here so I can see people when I start talking. Yeah, I know it's late. I don't expect a bunch of people, and that's fine. Also, please make sure after you turn your app on, you start from home, and you just go from there. Take it one ride at a time. All right, ratings and everything else, don't worry about that. When you first start out, not everyone's going to rate you. Don't take it personal. Can't please everybody, so just do what you do. You don't have to provide all these extra amenities. You don't have to have, snacks and waters and all that stuff, especially not for these cheaper rides they're doing. If you're doing Select or something else like that, hey, more power to you. And if you want to, even if you're just Uberx, just do it, okay? That's all you have to do is just be yourself. Make people laugh. Give them good customer service. That's about it, okay? Don't take crap from any entitled people. If people call you up, or trying to sit there and rush you and everything else, no, you don't have to deal with that. Just cancel that and move on. Unaccompanied minors, please, never take them, okay? I don't care how many times they ever say, we've been taking Uber and all this, the last driver let me do it. We'll tip you in the app, we'll do extra. Don't worry, don't listen to that crap, okay? That's just BS. And it could be true, though, that they have done it, but don't let them do it with you, all right? You never know what little kids will say and everything else, and you don't want that responsibility or having to deal with that. Now, a lot of people want to always know, the best times and locations and all that stuff where to go to. Well, each city is different, so you're going to have to find the locations on your own, sadly. I'd recommend joining local Facebook, Uber, and Lyft groups. That will kind of give you an idea of where to go, where not to go, what's popping, what's not. Now, for time-wise, everyone should know this by now. Early in the morning, about 4 or 5 in the morning, till about 9, 10 in the morning is usually really good times because everyone's trying to go to work. Then, of course, again, in the afternoon at between 3 and 5 till about 7, 8 is another good time to drive. Now, the weekends, of course, it's a game changer. You can pretty much drive anytime, anywhere, and odds are you're going to get pings. Now, always check your rider app. You want the rider app, because if you do not download the rider app and all of a sudden you're not getting pings and you don't know why, you may not be showing on the map. So please log into the rider app, see if your vehicle's showing while you're online in the driver app. It's really simple. You can just switch back and forth on your phone. It's not a big thing. What's going on, people? Tip me in the app. Yes. Okay, you're going to hear a bunch of people all the time that when they go to get out of your vehicle or anything like that, they're going to say you're going to tip you in the app. Don't expect tips, okay? If you're in this just to get tips, get out now, because it's just not going to happen. When you go to pick up people, Do not let them see your phone or anything. Ask them, are you waiting for an Uber? Because usually they'll see everything. They should be able to see the make, model, the picture of you, everything to know that you're supposed to be their driver. But for you, you want to make sure that you have the correct passengers. So let them, when they walk up, keep your doors locked at all times, okay? Never let people just open up and get in because it's a bitch trying to get them out. So you want to make sure that you just roll down your window some and ask, you waiting for an Uber or Lyft? What's your driver's name? They say your name, odds are you're their driver because they also can just show you the picture right after they say your name. So that's a good way to make sure you have the correct passenger. Now, driving the day shift, the night shift is total different things. No matter what, you always want to make sure you have a dash cam, okay? Like I said in the beginning, dash cams, highly recommended. You can get the Vantrue N2 Pro. They're on, check on Amazon. Just make sure you have something that has night vision if you're going to do the night shift, because otherwise it's just kind of pointless. You're going to run into all people of all walks of life. Some people might not even speak, the same language you do, but we all know certain things like where you want to go. You know what I'm saying? People can communicate that way. So just don't try to cheat the system, okay? I mean, a lot of drivers will try to take longer routes and everything else. I don't recommend doing that because then if they want to be smart about it, they can go back in the app and try to fight you saying you took a longer route and everything, and then they can get the fare back and then you'll just be out of the fare. And yeah, nobody wants to drive for free out there, okay? Hey, what's going on, bad guy? What's going on, Fall, Mike, Robert, Dennis? What's going on, everybody? The rating system. We'll go ahead and get to that then. The rating system is just crap, okay? A lot of people freak out when they finally get their first 1-star and everything, thinking they did something wrong, wondering why these people didn't actually leave some kind of a notification on what you did wrong. Don't stress it, okay? The rating system is just BS. As long as you're driving over 500 trips, you stay above a 4.6, you will be good, okay? The higher your rating you have does not mean you get more trips than the people that have the 5-point star. It doesn't work like that, okay? That's a negative Ghost Rider. Don't believe that at all. It's all about location, luck, and timing. That's all it really is. But as I was saying, James, yeah, my opinion in that is the Uber rating system just sucks. Shouldn't even be there to begin with. Now, people ask, okay, what about drive-thrus and stuff like that? Okay, it's up to you if you want to take people through a drive-thru or wait at a store for them to go in or anything like that. You're not obligated to wait. You're not obligated to have to go through the drive-thru, okay? Now remember, if you decline them on what they want though, odds are they might rate you lower, but who cares really, right? This is all about making money the best way possible. Now sometimes if you wait, like if you go to a gas station, wait for 2 minutes as they run in and run back out, it might increase your chance of getting a tip. But like I said, as a sign here where it says, tips are always appreciated, but never, okay, that is that one, okay. You had to make me look at it. They're always appreciated, but you don't always expect tips. Okay, that's mainly the big thing there. They're greatly appreciated, but don't expect them. The boss. But yes, on the drive-thru, if you want to go in, it's up to you. But usually, especially at night, that's mainly when people want to hit up the drive-thru and it's like 7, 8 cars long and odds are it's McDonald's or Taco Bell. Unless it's surging or something, I wouldn't really recommend waiting and all that because they're going to try to eat in your vehicle afterwards. That's just a guarantee. And now it's up to you if you have to set the rules in first to go ahead and say if people are going to eat, drink, smoke, whatever. Because these are your vehicles, not Uber and Lyft's, okay? So please don't let people try to con you into it. Like, oh, come on, let's just, it'll be okay. Because when you get those damages or something like that, it's not always easy to try to get a cleanup fee or anything like that from Uber and Lyft. And sometimes, even if you could be doing it legitly, they could be thinking it's a false claim, and you could get deactivated from it. Now, when you're talking to people, you just want to try to keep it casual. You're going to be asked the same stupid questions over and over again. So, hey, if you want to get creative, you can make things up. You could just say, hey, it's my first week driving and everything, but now in the app, they do kind of see what is, how long you've been driving and whatnot. But you can have in there, you know, just saying, oh, it's your first time, you only do weekends or something like that. Just keep it entertaining. Don't try to talk about politics and all that, you know, religion and sex and all that stuff. I would definitely never recommend that. Sometimes, I will have to admit, when they're talking about politics and crap, it's best to just, yeah, agree with them. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise, this is going to make the trip awkward. They might just get mad at you and give you a false report or a bad rating just because. Because like I said, you cannot please everyone out there, no matter how good you are, no matter how good your driving is. Excellent service, car can be spotless. You can have all the snacks and candies and waters, everything in there. You're never gonna keep a 5-star rating forever. So the quicker you get that out of the way, the better off you're gonna be. I recommend, if you were doing this for the first time, please start during the day. Don't try to go through the night trying to figure out the app and how everything works now. Try it during the day. Hell, you could even give a friend your rider code, and that way they can get like credits off their ride, so that way you can do a little quick practice run so you can see how everything works. Watch YouTube channels and everything else. That can also give you heads up. Like I said, Facebook groups for your local things are just great. What advice do you have for females driving at night? Pretty much the same thing. And I'm going to get to the fact of everybody should also use the track features that Uber has. If you don't have that, make sure you have something like Find My iPhone, like iPhones have. Make sure someone is tracking you at all times, so that way you can feel at least a little bit safer out there. Always, no matter what, protect yourself. I don't give a damn what Ubers and Lyft's TOS say, but protect yourself by any means you feel necessary. Like if you have to have a Smackovich, you know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do. Just never admit or tell anybody what you have or don't have, so that way you don't ever have to worry about anything. Because by the time you have to pull something out and use something, it's already too late, and who cares if you get deactivated then, okay? You always rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6, because your safety, above all, is what matters the most. Passengers, when you have passengers in your vehicles, if you have one person, try to make them sit behind the passenger side adjacent from you, so that way you can see them. If all possible, don't let them sit up front with you. There's no really necessarily need for any of that, okay? It's just a lot safer that way. You don't have people trying to grab the wheel at you or, you know, try to hit you or something like that. If people are right behind you, you know, you don't want to think about them trying to choke you or something else like that. But of course, when you have 2 or more people, well, it's going to happen. You're going to have people everywhere. But if it's just one person, I always recommend just having them sit in the passenger side on the side, which is also good because most of the time when you pull up anywhere, that's the sidewalk. So all you got to do is open the door, have them open the door, blam. They can get out right there on the sidewalk, good to go. Yeah, see, John, like I said, don't admit to anything what you have, bro. But yes, don't get any kind of controversial topics with them, because 9 times out of 10, it's just going to go south. Guys out there, please don't hit on your passengers, okay? Because that can go south too. They can sit here harassing them and everything else. You get deactivated. I'd say the same thing for women, but, you know, women are smarter than that. They know not to really hit on their passengers. Like I said, for the protection and everything, taser, whatever the heck you got to do, you got to do. Just make sure you have something while you're out there. Uber pool trips, you know, don't take them. No. I guess they're really good if you have quests or something like that to do. But remember, it's either 1 or 2 riders, and they do not get to make any extra stops, okay? They didn't pay for Uberx, so they don't get that extra service. Service animals, you have to take them. I know it sucks. You can't tell if it's an emotional support or it's a service animal, but you have to take them either way. I recommend people have a sheet or a blanket, something in their trunk. That way, if you want, you can throw that down for the dog to get on. So that way, you don't have to worry about stopping the vacuum and everything else. Yes, right there, BB said. Common sense. Having a lot of common sense and everything else will go a long way. That goes for riders and drivers. Sadly, we both know not everybody has it, or not everybody uses it. So sometimes a little reiteration of everything helps everybody helps the world go around. If someone cancels mid-trip, your best thing to do, because sometimes it could be an accident. It is rare. The app could crash, anything else like that. You pull over in a safe spot. You ask the people either to re-request you, And if they're getting, being a dick or anything else about it, then you can simply just say, okay, we're done. You can get out and get somebody else. But if there's somehow true an accident and everything else, these people won't have no problem re-requesting you. Sometimes you may not always get the request right away. So this is also goes for if you're having private clients or trying to do anything like that through the apps. Have the people sit in there and they will re-request you over and over until you are the driver. Sometimes you both have to turn off your apps and turn them back on to get it to work, but it usually works within the first 3 to 4 times, 5, at the most. But usually that's how it's going to happen. And if they don't do that, then yes, roll down your windows. If they won't get out of your vehicle, roll down your windows, hit that little 911 button or call 911, the non-emergency, of course, if you can, and they will come out there and they will handle it. I mean, it might not always go the smoothest, but yes, you have to make sure you're not confrontational so you don't have to worry about any of this kind of crap, anything else happening to you. Blast the music if you want, you know what I'm saying? Put some crazy stuff on they probably won't like. Maybe that'll help them get out of your vehicle a little faster. But always just call the cops. Don't deal with it yourself. I know a lot of people always want to say, well, I'd snatch him up and I'll pull my weapon out on him. But remember, there's consequences. To everything you do. To every action, there is an equal or worse reaction. So just make sure you remember that. A lot of people always say stay out of, bad neighborhoods and stuff like that. Well, we don't always get to pick and choose what we get. So whatever comes through, you'll see it on the map. It'll say about how long. You click it. If you get there and you don't like it, cancel. Okay? But remember, too many cancellations can end up getting you in trouble. Now, I also... Oh, thanks, Dennis. I appreciate the $2 super chat, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. But... All right, trying to make sure to read through these for a second. Yes, if you have an allergic reaction or anything to animals like that, I recommend not doing this because, yeah, if you end up having a service animal or some type, you're going to get in trouble for that. You can't refuse service animals or people with, disabilities up to at least a certain point. I know if your vehicle's not equipped to go ahead and have anything, like if you can't fit a wheelchair or something like that in there, well, yeah, that's going to be a judgment call on your end when that time comes. I should become a therapist. Thanks. I appreciate that. Oh man, it threw me off my track. What I was trying to say next. Because like I said, guys, I don't have no script or anything here. I just wing everything. This is just all from the experience of doing this. How old am I? I'm 34. Cancellations. Okay, cancellations. Now, you will get a cancellation fee if you pull up to the spot, you don't see nobody, you wait your 5 minutes, or I think it's 2 minutes now. You wait, cancel, collect. Pretty simple. If the people come out, and like I said, if they're unaccompanied minors or something like that, and they do not want to cancel, you don't cancel right away because you won't get it. A lot of people say if you click the unaccompanied minor part that you will get the fee. Personally, I've had them not pay me sometimes doing that, so I would always suggest hit the no-show. If you have to, pull away a couple 100 feet, you know what I mean? Pull down to the end of the street, and then wait, and then cancel. But if all possible, tell them that they have to cancel because, it was obviously their mistake, so that way you can get paid and it doesn't count against you. Also with the cancellations, if the cancellations also, if you're sitting there and you're driving somewhere, especially with Uber, and you get a ping, and then all of a sudden, you had to, do a U-turn or something like that, and you're driving towards them, and they cancel, and then you're like, oh, man. And then they get another ping. It's the same address and everything else. If they ping you multiple times, contact Uber support, and you will still get a cancellation fee out of it. So if you get 2 or... It's usually when they do 3 or 4 times, if you report that, like, hey, they wasted my time, I could be getting something else, you'll still get a cancellation fee for that. So just remember that, because sadly, that happens quite a bit when you're out there. Oh, thanks, Dennis. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I also tell people, when you're doing the night shift, please definitely have your puke bags and buckets because you don't know who you're picking up. If you pull up somewhere and either the cops or bouncers or people are holding their friends up and stuff, your best bet is to just cancel and go. Tell them to cancel, that you don't want to deal with it. 9 times out of 10, that is going to be a bad situation, and nobody really ever wants to clean up someone else's puke. I don't give a damn about a $150 cleanup fee. You know what? Because let me tell you what. I know if I have to go offline that long, usually it's a night killer. Even if you have Ozium which is really good spray you can get at like Walmart or something like that. You just never can get that smell out right away. So you always want to have some kind of, cleaning products that you can have in the back of your vehicle if you need some kind of patch. Because even if you have to end the night, you do not want to have to be smelling that all the way home. Please trust me. Now, the surge. Okay, yeah, surge. Surge comes and goes now. And now with the simple fact of they have the multiplier or the extra dollar amount, it just kind of sucks. You never really want to chase the surge, okay? Now, with the fixed surge rate, where it's $5, $10, $20, something like that, that was the only time it might be feasible to chase it, because as soon as you're in there, your next ride, as long as you don't turn off the app and don't not accept the next ride, would be whatever that surge says. So that is kind of good. The only time I would really suggest chasing it at all, and that's if you're close, okay? Don't go 10 miles out of your way, because by the time you get there, it's going to be gone. Just because you see surge does not mean people are actually ordering rides. Okay, all that is some stupid algorithm where they have the app open and they're thinking about ordering rides. But doesn't mean they're always going to be ordering them. So, just because you get in a surge does not mean you're necessarily going to get a surge. And a lot of times, they just want you to drive to those locations just to have you out there, because you'll get pings that are outside the surge zone. If you get those, I'd suggest still waiting, unless, of course, like I said, you had the fixed rate and you're going to get that guaranteed amount for the next trip. Always screenshot your surge trips, okay? Please, I can't stress that enough. Sometimes, or a lot of times, the Uber app and stuff can malfunction. It can say surge is one thing, and it's not. You want to make sure you have proof that that ride was a surge ride. So screenshot if all possible. That is the best. How much is OZM? OZM is like usually between like $6 to $10, and it's really good. It works great. The new car, the vanilla, that's pretty good. How you doing, Top Speed? What's going on, Team LMDU? Yes, the $150 cleanup fee for puke mess is a joke. It used to be $250, but then they dropped it down. But a good little thing about that is if people are too drunk, or you're getting in your vehicle and you think they might puke, hand them the puke bucket or bag and be like, please hold this or anything. If they refuse, be like, well, we can pull over right now and you can just kick rocks. Because like I said, people are going to listen to you in your vehicle. You don't have to, you don't have to be an ass about it or anything, but you have to be firm. You know what I'm saying? You have to make these people take you serious, because sometimes they think just because they get in your vehicle and they're paying for the trip, that all of a sudden they own you, and try to be all entitled, think they can speak to you out your name however they want. And no, that's not how that works at all. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that's when you pull out the smack-a-bitch. Exactly. So please, just remember, these are your vehicles. You can refuse those rides. Airports. I know people like to go to airports. Make sure you have some kind of app tracker, guys. If you don't have some kind of flight app tracker, you could just be sitting in this long queue for nothing. Because if the planes ain't coming in, people ain't ordering rides. Just remember that. The queue, all the queue means is how many of those people are most likely in front of you. It doesn't necessarily mean that's how long you're going to wait. But the average wait time being at the airport, I'm going to say, is between 30 minutes to an hour. That's pretty much how that always goes. And make sure that you don't cancel too much in the airport, because then you will lose your spot in the queue. Yes, there we go. Like Richard said, have you seen an increase in groups trying to cram more of their capacity into your vehicle lately? Wish Uber would educate passengers better that we cannot do that. Yes, never take more people than you have seatbelts, okay? That is definitely that's a big safety issue right there. You're getting some kind of accident or something like that, you ain't going to be covered. That's going to be your ass. So please, don't ever do that. Uberx is up to 4 people. Uberxl is up to 6, sometimes 7, depending on your vehicle, and that's it. All right? And don't let them tell you, I'm going to tip you in the app, we'll tip you, we'll give you cash, all this crap, or going down the street. I don't care. Don't do it. Unless you want to roll the dice and gamble, that's on you. I've already covered minors. Don't pick them up unaccompanied. People without proper child seats, okay? Make sure you have, if they look like they need a booster seat or something, make sure they have it. If you want to provide one, that's on you. I still recommend people not really do that too much, because it is up to the customers to actually provide these things, because, they should be good parents. And I'm sure when they drive their vehicles, they have proper car seats and whatnot for their children. So please, Don't let people get in your cars, have kids sit on their people's laps and stuff like that. That just isn't going to fly. And I already said people eating and drinking in your vehicle, that's up to you. Personally, I don't do that because I don't want to get the cleanup fee and I don't want to have to deal with it. But everyone's different. We are independent contractors, at least still for now, for most of us, unless you're in New York. So, yes, these are your vehicles, your rules. Dang, I had a train of thought before. I think I covered just about everything for normal people. For riders out there and everything, we know the riders need to have, don't order things unless you're not ready, okay? Because if you don't, we're gonna pull up, we're gonna wait, cancel, collect, and go. Why didn't I work tonight? Why didn't you work tonight, fat man? You know how crazy it was out there? I had to take my son to Cub Scouts. You know what I'm saying? We were doing the derby cars. We were trying to make those. And then I tried to go out there, but there was too much traffic. There was way too much traffic. So that brings me to my next one. Events. Make sure if you're doing events, you know where to go, where to pick up people, where they usually shut down roads and everything else like that. Because you want to make sure you're not going to just be wasting your time. Sometimes for a normal base fare ride, if there's a big event going on, like tonight we had Gasparillo here in Tampa. Man, that is crazy. The GPS does not know what roads are closed down. It's going to try to tell you to take these certain areas. You want to make sure you know your market. If you don't know your market, you're going to be screwed. 190 in 6.5 hours. That's pretty good, fat man. There you go. But yes, so no locations where you can tell people it's easy access. You can get in and out. Otherwise, you're going to be wasting a lot of time in traffic. How can you view your acceptance rate and cancellation rate? Or can you? Nope, you can't do that anymore. Do you do any food or grocery deliveries as well as drive for rideshare? I do Uber Eats as well. Hey, Dustin, do you let your riders use your aux cable for music? I don't have an aux cable. That's your best thing to say. They listen to whatever you have, and that's it. I've had too many people either steal phone chargers, aux cords, break them. It's just not worth it in the end, okay? Can a PAX rate if they cancel? No. If they cancel you before you ever get there, they cannot rate you, okay? Oh, Fat Man says you can view and cancel your cancel rate and acceptance on your computer. Huh. I guess it's because I don't really use the computer. I wouldn't know that. Is Ubereats profitable? I haven't done one yet. It can be. It can be depending on your market and everything else. And when you can get these orders going in and out, if you don't have to wait a whole lot of time when you go in there, yes, it can be profitable. And no matter what, it's still good to have as a backup when things are slow out there and you're not getting passengers. Because you can set your vehicle type in there. If you're doing Uber and Uber Eats, you can either set it to one or the other or both of them at the same time. So you'll receive both rides. Oh, always use your destination filters. You get 2 filters. Put one somewhere really good where everyone goes. Like if you live far from the airport, you want to try to get rides to the airport, that's always good to have. You put that in there and you'll get trips going in that direction. Save the other one for when you're going home so that way you can try to make some money on your way back. But definitely always use your definitely use your destination filters every day. The 2 you get. Bumblebee, do you do Lyft? Not anymore. You have to watch some other videos to figure that one out. Yes, Uber has destination filters. Will you act like you ain't know that, James? Do you know about the Upfront Fare? It seems sometimes it doesn't matter you're in traffic or take longer distance. The fare is the upfront amount. That's what Uber support said about one of my trips. Yes, that's correct. You get paid for time, distance. That's it. Time and distance and wait time and whatever. But that's all you get paid for. We don't say the L word on here. I know, right? What is the Uber Eats Boosters 2.2? That means you're going to get paid more money for those rides. But if you just have to make sure that it's an actual surge trip when you get that Uber Eats, because sometimes you'll get it and it won't say it. Zero Beach is the worst market in the U.S. FYI, Uber Eats, you are not covered under your rideshare insurance. Oh, that's a good one. I didn't know that. Oh, there you go. This brings me to a thing. Always have an app tracker. a mileage app tracker. So that way you can track your miles, because at the end of the year, you're going to do either standard deductions or the itemized deductions. Personally, for me, I always prefer miles. But you can't always trust Uber or Lyft's apps to be tracking all the miles and everything you do, because most of the time they only track them while you're in trip. You want to make sure you're tracking all the miles possible. Which brings me to another thing. Don't drive around looking for rides. Go to a decent spot, wait 5 minutes, or wait up to, low power. Don't drive around wasting fuel. Go somewhere, wait 5-10 minutes so you don't get a ping, move a block over or a little, a couple 100 feet. Always want to move now and then, but you don't want to be moving constantly. Otherwise, you're just going to be wasting gas and fuel and your time. Putting more wear and tear on your tires and everything else. So please, just sit somewhere and wait. And you don't have to accept every ride. If a ping comes in and it's 15, 20 minutes away, you don't have to take it. Let it roll through, because acceptance rating means jack diddly squat. Unless, of course, you got the Uber Pro, and then I guess it's some other things. But I don't know, because it's in my market, but I don't have it. Do you double park or park further away if no spots? I wouldn't double park. I just keep moving around. Yes, there you go. For everyone that gets all these vehicles, make sure you have a gas appropriate vehicle. So that way, like Uberxl, I would suggest like some kind of nice, decent van or something like that. That's not a gas guzzler, because things will drive you crazy. If you're doing Uberx, a Toyota Camry or something like that, gets good gas mileage, still looks nice. And yeah, you just want to make sure you have fuel efficient vehicles. Some people have Priuses. So yeah. Definitely having gas appropriate vehicles is always good. I got 48 people watching me. I got 12 thumbs up. What's going on with that? What's going on with that? Come on, man. It's Saturday or it's Sunday now. Jesus. Depending on where you live in the U.S. as you're watching me. Give me them thumbs up, baby. Let them roll. So who's paying the cleanup fee if they have an Uber gift card with only $20 on it? Ooh, that's a good point right there. But they're supposed to also have some kind of credit card on file if something like that happens as well. They're just using the gift card as the trip. I have to cut off Uber Eats about one and try to hit you up. Yes, you're doing Uber Eats. Personally, for me, I stay away from McDonald's. They don't get my orders right on a normal night, so I don't really expect them to get other people's orders right. But that's just me personally. Uber Eats, if you're sitting there, you pull up somewhere, you wait 5-10 minutes trying to contact people, you don't see them or anything, cancel, collect, and you get some free food. That's just perfect right there for you. You didn't work tonight, no thumbs up. Well, I had family things to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? Family always comes over making a little extra cash. Can make money any day. You can't get time back. Always remember that. Any new rideshare going live? There's a couple crazy ones that I had barely heard of, but they're only going live in like certain cities and stuff right now. $5 delivery free in McDonald's? Man, in Southern California. Wow. They tell me on that platform just accepted rating means everything, low means deactivated, but Grubhub driver's rep told me that's BS. I don't doubt it. Trip just got TNC, LOL. Yeah, I keep hearing about that, but until they're live, I still try to stay away from it. I noticed a couple other YouTubers have their codes and stuff out there for Trip, but not me, not till it's live. I don't want anybody going on there signing up on anything on my stuff until it's actually live. But, all right, I think that's about it from the tips I can think of right now. What's going on, Mike? I'm sure there's a lot more and everything, but I just want to get everybody a nice little rundown. I don't know. I had a bunch of messages here lately about people asking stuff. So, I just want to throw a bunch of information out at everybody. You can like it, love it. If you knew it or not, it's common sense. You know, a couple extra things. You just never know. What signage do you recommend? Signage? You're talking about the Uber or Lyft? I have the Uber one. Yep, dash cams. I already covered that. Always want to have those. Your phone chargers, your phone mount, dash cams, and everything. Can you kick people out for bad hygiene? I mean, you could technically, but that's just when you just rate them less. Well, that's good, Chris. I'm glad to hear that, man. The bird box is the best sign I have found. Oh, okay. But all right, guys, that was basically it. I don't want to be up too late. It's 1 o'clock in the morning now. I'll probably be going live again tomorrow, so everyone can see me then if anyone wants to chill. Oh, here we go. Here's a good question real quick, though. What do you say to riders if they want you to stop in a place you're not allowed to stop? You will get ticketed for stopping. You don't stop there then, okay, guys? Make sure you follow all the rules and everything out there. I don't care if they're sitting there getting mad and everything else at you. Well, guess what? They can get a little bit madder when you pull over a little bit further down and everything else. Because you just don't want to get any tickets or anything, okay? It's your ass on the line. But all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end it. Thank you all for joining me that did join. Make sure you give them thumbs up. As always, like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that little bell. Stay informed of everything else. Always check the description below for extra help, information, and tips. Got the Gas app, Facebook group, everything down there. Gas app's really good. It's expanding to other markets. It's quick, easy, it's free. Use it. You keep doing your thing. You get your money. Don't take crap from anybody. Oh, hold on. All right. I'll answer one. What you say, James? What you say, bro? Oh. What if another Uber Eats driver picks up your order? If you get there and they say that, and then they're just going to go ahead and cancel it, and you're not going to get anything for it. Sorry about that, man. I didn't see it. But all right, guys. As always, stay safe. Get your money. Take the tips how you like them. Oh, I'm sorry. I would give one more thing. My closing line to everybody. When they're getting out of your vehicle, say you've been a 5-star passenger. I hope you stay safe and have a great night. And sometimes, a lot of times, people just hearing that you've been a 5-star passenger will remember that. They might give you a rating, which could also lead to a tip. So it can't hurt to use the line. It makes it seem like you care, even if you don't. But yes, feel free to use that. You've been a 5-star passenger. Stay safe. Have a great night. Everyone